Hi, we're Rob and Rach from Bonnie Adventures. Thanks for joining us. We left Brisbane at the end of October, early November, and went down to the Mount Kosciuszko National Park. It was a bit of a rough start to the journey. We hit a kangaroo just outside of Goondiwindi, which shook us up a little bit, damaged the vehicle, but luckily the vehicle was still drivable, so we kept going. We drove around 1,000 kilometres to Canberra. We stayed overnight at a couple of places, and then we met some friends, which was great to catch up. And then we went on to Jindabyne and the Snowy Mountains. And this video here is just some of the highlights of some of the adventures we got up to. It was a great time, and once again, we'll be sure to come back another time when we can explore further. All right, at the National Arboretum, and people are flying their kites. It's a beautiful day here in Canberra. And yeah, lots of families out looking around the place. We've been very fortunate with the weather. And if I pan around, there's a lovely view right out to Parliament House. Looks like they've got some fountains, large fountains going there across the lake. And yeah, we're going to have a little walk around here for about 45 minutes and then head to the Royal Mint. So yeah, good day out. So we're walking around to the Margaret Whitlam Centre. It's called the Pavilion actually. I don't know if it's actually open, but we shall see. This is a Sunday, so there's a lot of kites where the kids can make their kites and go flying them. And it's, yeah, for Canberra, it's a lovely day. And you can walk around the, I keep pronouncing it wrong, the Arboretum, I think it says, the Arboretum. Anyway, a tree centre. There's a lot of trees here. We've been to the bonsai exhibition. And yeah, we're going to walk around here and have a look at the pavilion, which looks actually like it's closed, but we'll have a look. Might be a nice photo opportunity. And then we'll head back to the main cafe and shop area. There's Rach getting a few photographs as well. And Telstra Tower in the distance. But yeah, nice day out. Okay, here we are in Canberra, and it's Bonniewell Street. So I thought I'd do this as a bit of a family, I don't know, posterity, remembrance. But apparently the Bonniewells, I must have mistakenly thought that I was the first Bonniewell to come to Australia. I was deeply mistaken. There's a whole clan of them. So there's Bonnie V8, which is our truck, and up in the distance there, it's Bonniewell Street. So yeah, they were a group of builders many years ago in Canberra, and that is actually the street over there. It's got a lovely park. We just drove down it. It's not often you have a street named after you, or your family anyway, not me personally, but yeah, it's really quite a nice thing to do. There we go.
Okay, so here we are. There's Bonniewell Street sign right there. I don't know if we can see that on this little thing.
It'll be there.
But yeah, so that's that's Bonniewell Street, and it's got this beautiful park. Yes, the other clan. And it's got this, well, not beautiful park necessarily, but a little kids park here, and they've got some crusty moguls there for a little dirt bike racing and everything. Little kids playground, and just.
I think they built all these homes. The Bonniewells did. That's why it was named. They built all the homes in this estate. Yeah, the clan from Tasmania.
The old red brick one there, that's probably more.
Yeah, I think it was that.
Yeah, that style.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going up Bonniewell Street.
So they were builders, yeah.
They were builders. I believe they all came from Melbourne. Originally from Tasmania, then into Melbourne, and then migrated up towards Canberra where the work was.
Yeah.
And yeah, here we are at the end. There's a short little street, but you know, it's nice to have a street named after your family.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go, $3, and we're going to make our own coin. So,
yes.
Exciting time. What is it, 1965 to 25, so it's like 65.
Yes, it's the 60 year, and these are legal tender, so.
Yeah. Okay, you ready? Here we go.
And basically,
oh yeah, there's one.
So these are minted here at the Royal Australian Mint, but they're not in general circulation, so the only place you can get these made are here. If you do it yourself, in person.
Oh, here it comes, look.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Oh, wow, and you get special, look at that.
That's a king too, yes.
There you go, that's the design.
Oh, I can't see the design. Oh, yeah.
65 years.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
So at the Australian National War Museum, and as you can see, it's pretty spectacular. It's we took a few photos from the other way, and this looks straight down towards Parliament House. So pretty impressive the way it's all laid out. And obviously they'll do Remembrance Day services here, Anzac Day of course, and any other commemorative service to acknowledge the servicemen and women of the Anzacs. Pretty impressive. At the end of our busy day in Canberra, I took the opportunity to visit the Australian War Memorial. It was quite an emotional service, and I didn't have a lot of time to be able to visit and give the War Memorial its true justice. You could spend easily a day or even 2 days just going around this fantastic memorial to our fallen diggers and soldiers and officers who gave their lives in the service of their country. It was every day they follow the same procedure. They have the national anthem, a piper's lament, and they read a brief story about a service person. In this case, it was a Australian Air Force flight engineer who gave his life during the First World War. An ode is read out, and then the last post is sounded. So I just wanted to have this opportunity to not only share, and they do encourage sharing this service, so it's not something that's untoward. They really want to promote it, and I can understand why it's important for other generations and for others to understand what these diggers and soldiers gave so that we could have our freedom today, and we're forever grateful for that. So unfortunately Rach couldn't join us, so it was just me, and but it was a very emotional service, and I strongly encourage anyone to have the opportunity to visit the War Memorial and attend one of these daily services. It really was worthwhile.
We will remember. We will remember them.
Don't see this every day, someone riding around on a penny farthing. An acquired skill. Just outside the War Memorial, the flags representing the services. Okay, it doesn't get much windier than this. Not sure how the video is going to come out. I can see there's a microphone there, but I've got it covered. We're at Lake Jindabyne, the NRMA campsite, and as you can see behind me, check that out. It's going to be a bit blowy, but she's up to 90 km/h winds today, so I'll try and get a bit closer. We had some rainbows earlier, but yeah, this is not a day to be out on the water. It's absolutely blowing a hoolie. As you can see, we got the truck set up there, everything's put away because it's just too windy today. Some mad people are out running with their dogs, but yeah, we might go to the shops a little bit later on. But check that out. It's pretty full on. So there'll be no going out on the water. We won't be going out on the bikes. But it just shows how changeable the weather is. It was a glass out this morning, dead flat. And now we're here with about 50 km/h winds. And there's the, you can see a bit of snow in the distance. We're going up there tomorrow. And there's a little bit of a rainbow. You might be able to see that. But whoa, is she blowing? Anyway, I'll take you around to see what we do in the campsite when it blows so hard. So yeah, I've got a little bit of shelter. You may not be able to hear me. We'll see how we go. But I've got the truck parked up next to the poplar trees. They're pretty resilient, so I'm not worried about them falling down. The caravan itself is fine. I put the bikes, I've got a couple of electric bikes, and we've got those tucked in underneath, so they're pretty safe. I'm not too worried about those. They're not going to go anywhere. I've got another van there. A couple of vans and trees, they're breaking up the wind. But geez, it's about as windy as you want to be before you start moving and going into somewhere that's a little bit more sheltered. And obviously no awning, nothing out. Some still have their awnings out, incredibly. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I wouldn't be having my awning out in this weather, but yeah, she's blowing. Everything else is pretty much put away. We've got the truck pretty much stable and everything's tucked away, stone stompers underneath. So yeah, all the windows are closed, hatches are down, stone guards down, not going to open that up. As I stand here, I can feel sand whipping around my legs, and it's actually quite painful. So I'm going to go inside, make a coffee. It's actually sunny, but she's just too blowy, so we might take a day and go into town. That'll be today's plan. Well, what a difference from yesterday, where we had over 100 mph wind, and look at it today. It's like a glass out on Lake Jindabyne. Just walked down to the water's edge here, and as you can see, it's pretty still today, perfect for kayaking. But we're going to head off to the Charlotte Pass, I think it's called. Still a bit of snow up there. Yeah, we'll see how we go. Still a bit chilly, but just beautiful weather today. It's just chalk and cheese. It was absolutely blowing a hoolie yesterday. So yeah, huge difference. Now we're going to head off up the mountain and have a little walk and find some sights. So we'll film you a bit later. Charlotte Pass is Australia's oldest and highest ski resort at 1,765 metres. The charming alpine village is completely snowbound in winter, with the only way to get there through over snow transport. So we were fortunate to come at the shoulder season. Here we are, Charlotte Pass, up in the snowy mountains. It's late October, heading towards November, so real in the springtime. Check this out, lots of snow still here. It's about 12 degrees, cold air. I'm just sitting here with a couple of layers on. Of course, I've got puffer jackets and warm clothing, but look at that. Actually beautiful. We're going to do the snow gum walk, which is just over there. And yeah, we got Mount Kosciuszko. Look at those clouds. Beautiful clouds in the distance. And it was blowing about 100 km/h winds yesterday. And it's just so peaceful up here. There's only a handful of people. But yeah, we're going to explore this area and enjoy the sights. So this is the Snow Gums Walk. So a bit of a boardwalk, still some snow around, and yeah, just look at that. Look at those root systems. Pretty impressive. Wow. It's very peaceful. There's a few people around, but not a horrendous amount. And it's quite easy access, even for me after my knee injury. A little bit of snow. And we're just going to head up those steps and have a look at the lookout. And it looks like we're going over a little bit of snow. So let's see how we go. You can just see it's melted underneath. So just got to be mindful of that. I don't fancy going over on my leg. Wow. Whee! Rach is just going to come up in a minute. Yeah, a little bit slippery. Wow, look at that. I think some people have been building snow people or snowmen and sliding down there. Whee! A little bit slippery. Just got to be mindful of that. There's Rachie coming across the snow. Yeah. Hello, breath. Shows just how unfit we are. Wow, here we are. And this is the lookout. So Charlotte Pass, this is. Kosciuszko is about 9 kilometres away. We're going to be doing that tomorrow. And wow, what a spectacular view. Yeah, it's pretty impressive up here. What a beautiful spot. All up in the Perisher Valley and the Kosciuszko National Park. Beautiful spot. So here's the map at Charlotte Pass. We just did the Snow Gums boardwalk, just 400 metres, 20 minutes return. You can see the other walks are pretty significant, so we're not going to do those today. They're too far. So we're going to head back down the range and go down and have a look at the old hydro station. Here's the start of the main range lookout, and as you can see, still got a bit of snow there, so we walked around it. But yeah, you can see the Snow Gum boardwalk, and that's where we've just been. So yeah, another one done. Lovely place to be, not far at all to walk, and if I pan it around, you're looking back over the Charlotte Pass area. There's a small area here for 20-minute car parking, and you can park on the sides of the road here, a bit hairy, especially on the right hand side. That's where we parked the truck. You can just see it down in the distance there, the Ram, and I wouldn't want to be too much over on the right. And there's the ski resort down the bottom, which is obviously out of season now, and they're doing a lot of maintenance on it. So yeah, this is when they do a lot of the work, and you can see the top of a ski lift just there as well. So all the ski lifts are closed apart from the ones in Thredbo, where we'll be tomorrow. After visiting Charlotte Pass, we took the Guthica to Charlotte Pass walk on the other side of the mountain. It was a truly majestic walk in the heart of Mount Kosciuszko National Park. Here we flew the drone over the top of the snowy river. The air was so crisp and clean. The track was reasonably technical. It was a grade 3 track according to the New South Wales National Park site. But one of the highlights was passing some old huts and a couple of suspension bridges, which the Spencer's Creek one, sitting at 1,627 metres above sea level, was truly spectacular and serves as the highest suspension bridge in Australasia. So well worth a visit, well worth a look. There was a few technical aspects. I struggled a little bit with the leg, but I'm glad we did it. It was around 13 kilometres there and back. We didn't go all the way to Charlotte Pass. We did stop near the suspension bridge and have a coffee, and then we turned back. But all in all, a great day out, and we really felt like we had worked hard. So here we are, the start of Guthica. And Guthica Village, which is an old ski, well, still very functional ski resort.
Very current.
And there's a hydro dam down the bottom. So we're going to have a walk down there. And there's a bridge that we're going to come across in a few kilometres time. And this place is all pretty closed, isn't it?
Yeah, we're actually not going down to the dam, babe. We're going that way into the mountain to go to the oldest hut, one of the oldest huts in the Snowies.
That's it.
And then we're going to go to a suspension bridge that crosses the Snowy River.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's where we are. That's the road we just parked up on. You can't park along this road, so we're doing the right thing. And it's called the Illawong Walk. So wish us luck. We're going to go and get a brew and have a sandwich down the bottom. So here we are at the Snowies Alpine Walk area. And yeah, you can walk anywhere from here. There's plenty of maps. It's that's the bridge that we're going to be going to very shortly. All these spring flowers are out, so looking forward to that. And well instructed and informative. 2.7 kilometres, 1 hour one way, so we'll be a couple of hours. Might be quicker than that, just see how we go. But yeah, looking forward to this walk. So we're just a few hundred metres in, and there's these beautiful waterfalls. Obviously we're at the time of thawing and snow melt, but a couple ahead of us on the path there. But yeah, just beautiful. You can actually hear the roar of the water coming down and emptying into the Snowy River down. Okay, so this is the first bridge. This is not the main bridge we're going to, but look at these beautiful waterfalls. There's Rach halfway across. The water is so clear and it's really fast running, and it looks like, I don't know what that is, but it looks like a grab chain, maybe in case you fall in or to catch debris. Yeah, wow. Anyway, and then circling down, flowing into the dam behind us. Beautiful spot. Wow. The water is so clear and beautiful. Check this out. Just coming around now, and you can see a hut in the distance. A little research station down there. And beautiful waterfalls. Again, the snow melt. This is the start of the Snowy River. Amazing. Look at the water coming through there. Look. Beautiful. Okay, coming up to the Illawong hut. I can't zoom in on it, but it's there in the distance and still is available today. If people get stuck up in the hills or people doing a multi-day hike, they can take refuge in the huts. So we might go and have a look if we get close to that. We'll see. Okay, here goes Rach. It's the Snowy Bridge, the Snowy River Bridge, and fair play to her. It's a little bit shaky and she does get a bit nervous, so she's absolutely terrified. So that's the river running down, and there's a few people getting photos. Well done, my love. Okay, so now I'm walking out onto the bridge. It's moving around, you can see it's moving around a bit, but there you go, looking up, only one person at a time. It's only to get to the other side. There's not really a pathway. There is a pathway up there, but only if you're really keen. And yeah, Rach wanted to get that as well. Little rock pool there. I'd say it's far too cold to go for a swim. But yeah, I'm not going to go to the other side. There we go. That's pretty much it. That's the way back. Huzzah! This is the spring, or essentially the headwaters of Australia's iconic snowy river. It originates from the snowmelt and the springs high in the Australian Alps near Mount Kosciuszko. And that's what you can see in the background. It starts, as I said, by Mount Kosciuszko, and it flows 352 kilometres from the mountains of New South Wales down to the Bass Strait in Victoria. And it passes the towns where we are staying, such as Jindabyne and Orbost. It's an essential ecosystem for many of Australia's animals and wildlife. Oh, I just had to take another one of this. Just the water flowing through there is just so beautiful. Okay, going across the Spencer's Creek suspension bridge and heading down, and across we go. See you! Hi! Got some friends on the way, and here we go, look at that. I've been across a few suspension bridges in my time. One at home in the UK is the Adam Chine one. I can feel this moving around, this bridge. You probably can see it a little bit as well, but just look at that. It's so remote. There's no one here really. We're just on our own. How good's that? Hello, my love. How good's that? Anyway, all these pink coloured protective plastic items are there just for veg regrowth. We see there's a picnic bench up there. We're going to stop and have a brew, and then we'll head back. Yeah. G'day. This is a lovely Friday morning. I'm in Thredbo. Just parked the car up, and I'm going to head up the chairlift to Mount Kosciuszko. Rach is going to stay back with the van today and have a crack at the wheel, and she got that imported from the UK, so she's going to have a play with the clay today. Beautiful weather, cold, 8 degrees, hence I got the beanie on. And this is Thredbo in spring. It's obviously a lot of the snow's gone, cold air. I've got jackets and gloves on board, and I'm heading to the visitor centre to get the tickets for the chairlift on the way up. But you can see there's still snow up there, a bit like yesterday when we went to Charlotte Pass. And yeah, we'll take some footage when we get on the chairlift. But beautiful river running through the town, and we'll see how we go. Okay, so that was a bit of a lesson learned. Just popped into the visitor centre, and they've said to me, yep, a personal locator beacon, EPIRB if you like, if you're on the water, but a PLB is mandatory to get to Kosciuszko. So I thought we didn't need it, but obviously it's a requirement, safety requirement, and you can only hire them in Jindabyne. So I'm not driving another 60 k's there and back to Jindabyne through all the windy roads just to get the PLB. I'll go back to the car, get the one that's on the dashboard, and load it in my pocket. So yeah, lesson learned. If you're going to do Kosciuszko, particularly this time of year, which is October, November, make sure you got a PLB, or at least you can hire one back in Jindabyne, but you can't get one up here in Thredbo. So okay for the lookout, not okay if you want to do the peak. So I'm just going to judge it. Better to be safe than sorry, and I'll get the PLB out of the car. Lessons learned, eh? Okay, part one success. Got on the chairlift with my poles, got my bag. Yeah, it's a bit eerie, they're just on your own, but I've been on one of these before in Canada. Very kind gentleman at the bottom, and if I turn it around, you can see where we're headed. And the wire snow lift on the left, the chairlift on the left, is not working at the moment. That's the one that goes up to the Eagle's Nest, which is right at the top there. But this is the next best thing, which is the Snow Gums chairlift. And you can see a ski run just on the right there as well for the winter season. And yeah, a little bit of walk to get up to the top, and then we'll enjoy the view and take some more footage. But yeah, it's about a 20 to 30 minute ride up here, so I'm just going to take in the scene. And it is cold, so I've got my beanie and I've got my jacket on. Wow, check this out. So it's pretty windy now as it comes off the rise, and there's a beautiful waterfall down there, all the snow melt of course, and you're right up with the gums, right up in the highest sort of peaks. And yeah, we're just not far now till the end, but wow, what a lovely view this is over Thredbo. Beautiful, beautiful sight. I'll see if I can pan it around. Wow, you can really hear the wind as well in the gums. And you can see other chairlifts as well, ski lifts, for when it's in peak ski season. Doesn't look much, but we're a fair old height here. I'd say we're about 15 metres. Certainly do yourself an injury if you fell out, so you don't want to do that. And yeah, this is where we're going. Oh, beautiful. Look back towards the valley and where we've come from. And in the chair itself, yeah. So just over there on the left is the Eagle's Nest. You see the chairlift's not running at the moment. Doesn't run in the shoulder season, but will start up again in probably a month's time. There's beautiful waterfalls all down here, and you can hear them underneath the heather. It's all the snow melt, obviously, and yeah. Oh, GoPro, there you go, an ad for the GoPros. So if you're a skier or an adventurer, you probably use one of these. And I probably omitted to say what the cost is of this chairlift. So $60 return. Well, it's a day pass, I guess. So yeah, a little bit on the pricey side, but what the hell, you're not here often, so yeah, it's better than walking, I can tell you. Coming into the snowy patch now, so the air temperature's dropped significantly. I reckon with that wind chill, she's probably about 5 degrees, maybe less. So the puffer will be going on in a minute, and the gloves. And yeah, we're at the top. It's the 24th, I think, of October, so it gives you an idea. Right in the middle of spring. And this is my departure point coming off, so I better shut the camera down and get ready to hop off the chairlift. Gives you an idea of the elevation and the angle. I've got to walk, but she is pretty steep up to the Eagle's Nest. Two ways you can go left and go rocky, go right, go smooth. And as you can see, I've rugged up a bit and got the puffer on, got my gloves on. Look at this snow wall. Man, that's like 10 feet tall. It's there's a lot of snow this year. Going to take a while to melt. But yeah, we'll keep going up. So I just climbed up to Eagle's Nest. You can see the chairlift drop off at the bottom there. That was hard yakka. Bloody steep. That's okay. I came via the fire trail, and there's the village of Thredbo down the bottom. This is the Eagle's Nest, or the main Thredbo chairlift, which is not working at the moment. Just show you these as well. These are my lecky poles. They are essential just now. I had a knee operation in March this year, snapped the patellar tendon on my left side, so this has been a real challenge for me. Let's see how we go. There we go, looking down on Thredbo village from up high and looking across the range. Let's see how far we can get towards Kosciuszko before turnaround time. What a view, beautiful. All right, you are here, 1,930. I'm going to try and get to the highest lifted point, Community Bell, and have a look from there. But yeah, lots of different passages. Obviously a lot of these are ski runs, but there's walking trails as well. So let's give it a go. That's the way ahead. Big snow covered mountain to the left. Kosciuszko, I think, is over that rise, but as you can see with the snow melt, there's a pathway, and that pathway is clearly visible. So we're going to follow that path. I should make good progress on the path, given it's not covered in snow, and then we'll have a look when we get to the top and make an assessment about the turnaround time, because that chairlift closes at 3:45. The time is now, let's have a quick look, 10:30, and I do not want to miss that going back down. So let's see how we go. Please take note. Now luckily Rach has registered me and I've got a PLB, there it is, that's on. So it's not on, but it works. And this is the little iron bridge I was talking about. Lovely snow melt runoff. Look at these waterfalls, isn't that picturesque? I might get the drone out, but not here, maybe when I get to the top. The water is so clear, honestly, but that water will be just above freezing, so I'm not tempted to go and have a paddle just yet. In the summer I'm sure it'll be refreshing, but look at that, isn't it so beautiful? So my way ahead is thus. You can see the depth of the snow by the markers. Yeah, it gets a bit deep in the middle, but it's compacted, and yeah, we've made our way up the side of the mountain. A little bit of snow to traverse. I got the trusty sticks and poles, they're going to help. But yeah, look at this, still a lot of snow up here, a bit of ice there on the water, but these tracks are pretty good, and the walkway makes it a lot easier. Okay, let's have a little trudge on this. Be careful of the knee. Yeah, pretty compacted. I don't want to be doing this for too long without the poles, just in case my knee goes, so I'll probably shut it down here. Okay, Mount Kosciuszko lookout. Still a couple of hours from here, I reckon. That's it in the distance, over 2,000 meters, and just looking over snowy mountains range. Beautiful spot, lovely, peaceful, quiet, cool breeze. Bit of a, there you go, all rugged up. Not like it is in summer. We get away with just a shirt and some shorts. All right, this is my path. So you can see it's snow covered in places. Just look at those clouds and formations. It's really spectacular viewing up here. I took a couple of pictures with the iPhone as well. And Kossi's in the distance. To be honest, I've got an hour and 45 to get up there. I actually don't like my chances, so I do have a turnaround point, and that'll be around 1 o'clock. That gives me a good 2.5 hours to get back, and it's mostly downhill obviously, so let's see how we go. Oh man, check this out. As I walk down the path, this second view just opens up on the top of the snowy ranges. It's just really, it's really quiet, you're really isolated. There's only a handful of people around, so there's no phone signal, so if I do get into trouble, I've got a PLB. I don't really want to activate that though. It'll only be if I snap my leg or something. But wow, what a beautiful spot. There's a huge snowmelt crater down there too. We'll have a look at that in a minute. See all these little snowmelt craters starting to appear. That's why I'm staying to the beaten track, because I don't want to have to sink through something like that. So if I'm sinking anywhere, I'm sinking onto the footpath here. So just going to scrunch through this bit. It's a bit soft here, but there's a lot more to go. So switching to the iPhone camera because the GoPro has carked it. I'm not sure what's going on there, but just look at this view. It's absolutely beautiful. Just surrounded by snowfields. Quite hard yakka going through it, but we can manage it. I'll just show you from the other side now. So there's my path to Cozzy. If I just pan round, left to right, look at that. Wow, it's absolutely beautiful up here. Amazing scenery. Apologies for the wind, but just look at that scenery. Isn't that beautiful? That's the other side of the range, looking out into the distance. Okay, that's where I've come from, and that's where we're going to. So this is a path, no snow here, but as you go around to Cozzy, it's going to be a steep climb in the snow. So yeah, just past someone, he reckons it's 40 minutes from here. So we'll see how I go, and I'll try and make it, but I do have a strict turnaround at 1 o'clock to make the chairlift back. Otherwise it's going to be hard yakka. The video doesn't do this justice. It is bloody steep. So on snow it's even harder. So I'm going to take a few breaks getting up here. It's going to be a bit of a slog. Hopefully I'll get up in about 20 or 30 minutes. Here we are, top of Mount Kosciuszko. Clouds come in, and we're right by the trig point, doing a 360 around, and there she is. I can't get up there, it's a trig station here. The highest point in Australia, I think. Plenty of snow. It's going to be a rough one getting down, but we'll try and make the chairlift. Woohoo! Done. Challenge accepted. What you can see there in the distance is Charlotte Pass. That's a longer hike, but much gentle gradient. And it's just amazing. It is cold, but it's comfortable. It's not freezing. Feels like you're on top of the world, but you're on top of Kosciuszko. Done it. That was one of the hardest climbs I've done, only because of the snow mainly, but it is a very, very steep gradient just behind me, and I'm sincerely hoping it's going to be easier going down. All right, got the GoPro working again. It's chewing up batteries for some reason, but that's where we were, or where I was, right at the top of that mountain. That steep climb is something else in the snow, I've got to tell you. But anyway, it's been done. Happy days. Making our way back down now to the chairlift. You can see some of the snow melt down there. You can see it's starting to pool and run. Anyway, it's a lovely time to be up here, because this is a pathway back, by the way, this steel walkway, which is very helpful. And you just got the contrasting elements of the low cloud. We did have the sun a minute ago. It's breaking through a little bit. You got the snow and ice fields, and the heather starting to come through, and soon the flowers will be out. Yeah, this is the change of seasons is really spectacular up in the snowy mountains for sure. And there's the rest of the range in the distance. So this is what you've got to be a bit mindful of. You see how the snow's all melting underneath. So you want to stick to the beaten track, right? Otherwise something could give way and you're in for a nasty buckled ankle, or worse, a broken limb or of some description. But yeah, we're on our way back down. Still beautiful. Just the scenery is breathtaking. It's been an absolutely fantastic walk. Last bit of snow, and then yeah, that's it. And in the distance there is the cafe and the chairlift just to the left of that. So not far to go, probably 1.5 kilometres. Looking forward to it. Nearly at the cable car now. Look at the gradient. So quite a steep one going down. I'll come down a different way, but that's okay, we'll make it. There's the cable car. Probably about 20 minutes to get down there, and then we'll make our descent back into Thredbo. That was a tough walk. I'm probably going to be 12, maybe 13 k's by the time I get down. Finally on the chairlift back, and heading back down the hill towards Thredbo. Just a different dynamic. We saw it on the way up. It's a satisfactory feeling on the way down. Did what we needed to achieve, and looking forward to a beer, glass of wine tonight when I get back to the caravan park. 13 k's all up, and it wasn't so much the distance, it was more the technical aspects. Lots of snow, and the vertical equivalent, which was pretty significant as well. So I'll have a look at the stats when we get back on Strava. But yeah, good day out, hard day out, and no doubt I'll sleep tonight. I'll just show you the view once again. That's the view, and obviously going down the chairlift is something a little bit relaxing and special at the end of the day. You can see why they call it the Snowy Gums chairlift. There's just beautiful trees growing out the side of the mountain here. So this is our campsite right here at Jindabyne, which has got a lovely glass out lake at the moment. I'm going to show that in a minute, but we're just going to go out on this new kayak. Well, it's new to us anyway, and it's the Advanced Elements convertible kayak. Very popular for campers. It just folds up flat, goes in the back of the truck, no problem. And we also bought this sail, which gives you a little bit of assistance when there's a breeze. And as you can see out there, there's not much breeze today, but we just wanted to play with it and give it an opportunity. Got a couple of paddles when we bought this second hand, so they just strap to the side. The seats, plenty of distance for the legs in there. Yeah, really got good reviews, this kayak did. So we're looking forward to having its inaugural paddle out on the lake, and we'll take some more footage. There she is.
Ready to go?
Ready to go, inaugural. Look how clear it is out there. It is absolutely beautiful.
It'll spring up once it's out there, won't it?
Well, if it does, we'll use the sail. That's what we got. And there's my seat, and
nice backrest.
Yeah, nice backrest. Yeah, is it comfortable enough?
Yeah, really comfy.
Yeah, so we'll have a paddle around that island maybe and have a look around.
Might be nice to go up around the corner there too.
Yeah, up around the corner.
Up there.
We'll do maybe a big loop.
Yeah.
But it's really safe and there's no wind now. Anyway, let's get going. Let's have some fun. Here we are going around the island in the middle of Lake Jindabyne. It's just a beautiful, beautiful day. Rachel's doing all the work while I'm filming, which is appropriate. I think so. And then, yeah, lovely over to the left as well. And then for me, I am normally paddling, but I'll help Rach in a minute. But it's just a glorious day, so I don't know if you can see behind me, but yeah, what a great inaugural paddle on the Advanced Elements convertible kayak. Great fun. Just on the other side of the island now, and look at these beautiful rocks. Wow, it's so calm out here. It won't be this afternoon, but that's okay, that's another story.
See that one there? It almost looks like it's all concertina.
Yeah.
We're at the wrong angle now, but yeah.
Ah, right.
I paddled too fast, I don't know my straight path.
Just absolutely glorious. There's some houses in the distance there, people living on the banks of the lake, and this place gets really busy in the summer. Just look, there's a bit of renovation work going on up there, but look how clear the water is. It's absolutely beautiful. Seagulls, yeah. But look at this. It doesn't get much better for kayaking here. It's absolutely fabulous. There's a guy with a tinny just a little bit ahead, probably pulled in for a cuppa. There's a few coffee shops open today in Jindabyne, Saturday morning. Absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, so that's the main village of Jindabyne. The Polish explorer.
There he is, the Polish explorer. I think his name starts with an S. Is it Strekicki or something? Anyway, he's
the one that named Kosciuszko and discovered all of this park.
Yeah. So discovered Kosciuszko, named Kosciuszko, went up Kosciuszko, and I'm sure many will for generations to come. Yeah, there's a monument to him right there. Polish surveyor, explorer, one of the first to survey this region.
And they actually have a lot of like sauerkrauts and things like that.
Yeah.
In the area, so like they lean into that whole like Polish experience in some of the areas.
Yeah, true that.
Fun,
yeah. Okay, coming up to the dam wall now on the Jindabyne Lake, and it's roped off so we won't go right up to it. And if I pan to my right, you can see there's a little alcove there, and there's a lot of yachts and boats tucked in there, probably well out of the wind. So, or maybe their people own them and they take them out weekends or on holidays, because it is a big lake. You can certainly get around. You wouldn't have to worry about the fouling underneath, I wouldn't think. But yeah, there's a nice spot in there. We might paddle in there and have a look in a minute. Just take a look at this, mate. How flat it is. Yeah, so we're definitely not doing 8 knots, but no. Might be doing about 3, but at least we're moving. And it's just glorious. What a lovely day to be out on the lake. Weather is fantastic. We just paddled around that inlet with the boats and the yachts, and I've been doing a bit while Rach has been FaceTiming her parents and her sister, and I'll let her do a bit now, and then I'll get into it, and we'll get around the corner, and if there's a bit of wind, we'll get the sail up and see how the sail works. Wow, just look at that, the other side of that cardinal buoy, and we've got the hills of the snowy mountains behind us, in front of us I mean, in front of us. I'm so used to filming behind. Anyway, just look, it's so still and peaceful. Kayaks just drifting along. I was hoping to get the sail up, but I think it's that the wind has completely died. So that's a good thing though. That just means we're not paddling into it. Yeah, but it's actually quite warm, isn't it?
It is.
It's, yeah, we're starting to sweat now, so getting a good sweat on. But that's all right. We'll get back shortly, have some lunch, and maybe go for a bike ride this afternoon. We'll see. So you can see how low the lake is. Normally it's right up higher next to that sea wall, so they really do need some rain. We had some the other day, but nowhere near enough. So maybe I'll get some summer rain. And just come around by these rocks here. They'd normally be half submerged at least. One of the things they said you should do is go around Lake Jindabyne on the bike. So here I am on the trusty little folding electric bike. You're not going to get some serious exercise out of this, but it gets you about. It's more about mobility than anything else. And we're going to head to the dam wall, because that's supposed to be quite a good place to go, and we'll just negotiate the dogs, and we've done that. So yeah, and yeah, we're on our way on this cycle path which heads into the Jindabyne town centre itself, and then on to the dam wall after that. So yeah, we'll have a little look around. That's pretty much the phone. I can switch on Google Maps at any time and it just tells me the direction. I've got my little power setting there, just set it on about power 3, which means I actually do a little bit of work and the bike doesn't do that much. I can ramp that up if I get tired, but it's only because of the old left knee if I have to crank it up or not. But otherwise, yeah, they're good for mobility. They're not so good for like seriously long distances, but anything up to about 30 to 40 k's, yeah, they'll do that and need a good charge afterwards. But anyway, we'll hold it there and I'll film more. There's a little lizard. Way, there he goes. I thought he might have been a blue tongue, but I think he was another type. But yeah, we'll head into town now. Yeah, so we're coming into the main Jindabyne Park, and the statue of the Polish guy. I've forgotten his name now, Sturicki or something. And yeah, he's renowned for finding Kosciuszko. And I remember mustering here for l'Étape du Tour when we did the big stage of the Tour de France, or a simulated stage of the Tour de France, and it was in this park we mustered at the end of the ride. I can't remember how far it was, but it was a pretty long way, maybe 120, 130 k's. And the bowls club there in Jindabyne, and the main sort of town centre car park, etc. But yeah, that was the last time we were here, and I was a lot fitter and a lot skinnier than what I am now. Anyway, we'll keep going. You know, as I'm riding along through Jindabyne, I'm seeing all these spring flowers just coming up, and they're pretty pretty. Both sides of the road, they seem to be just natural flowers, just growing on the verge, but they're really picturesque, and they really lighten the whole place up. So whilst Maggie season might be over in Queensland, and this is around early November, I feel there might be a few eager Maggies and butcherbirds that may have a crack at me cycling along here. But this is a shared path that goes around the lake, and it ends up at the dam, and that's going to be ultimately our destination. I wonder if that was it there actually. But anyway, I'll keep going this way unless I see something different. This is the area we paddled into earlier when I was out in the tandem kayak with Rach, one of the inlets, and there's a boat ramp down there. Just panning around, we're going to go on this Copper Tom 2.6 kilometre trail length here. The trail looks good enough for these bikes. I'll give it a go. If there's too many steps, I'll just turn around and maybe go a different way, but fingers crossed. Certainly good enough for mountain bikes. So this is not exactly a mountain bike, but you know, it's they're reasonably sized tyres, so we'll give it a go and see how we get on. As I suspected, this is the inlet we were paddling at earlier with the yachts and the boats, and this trail not too bad. A couple of mountain bikers went past me, but look, it's good enough for general purpose bikes. You wouldn't bring maybe your road bike down here unless it had gravel tyres or wheels on, but for these little folding bikes, it's probably at its limit, but it's good enough. You know, you're not going to be doing jumps or anything on it, but you know, it's good enough just to tootle around and take it very easy. I have stacked it on this bike at 40k an hour, and or just navigate these stones here. I certainly don't want to stack it again, especially with a duff knee. So there's a trail runner coming up, I might just let her go past. And but anyway, you get an idea of the track and you know how navigable it is, and it goes round, and we'll be heading off to the dam over that way very short. Quick pit stop to get a new battery for the GoPro, and this path, I'm now past the campsite, which is to my left, which is where we're staying, and we are heading I think it's more north, if I'm honest. We're staying just a few, you can just see the Royal Flare and a few caravans up there, but the path weaves round. Got these units here packed in winter time, of course, and summertime for the mountain bike season, and this is pretty smooth now. There's a few road works on the way, but this is pretty smooth now, and you can go quite a fair bit around the lake. I'm not going to go all the way today, but I might, while Rach is having a rest, have a little tootle around and then maybe stop in at one of the pubs for a pint on the way back. And why not? It's been a big day of exercise, so I think it's time to relax. There's another island there, I've just realised. Could have paddled around that as well. Anyway, this is very pleasant, very safe, great for kids, great for families, great for adults. It's a real nice place to be, no matter what time of year. So come on down to Lake Jindabyne and enjoy. So I'm back on the other side of Jindabyne Lake, and it's pretty much all mountain bike. There's the main road, and you can hear a truck behind me, and yeah, I'm back onto a mountain bike trail. The actual concrete trail has ended, so I have a little ride around here and then knock it on the head. I think it's 5:30, starting to change light, get dark, and I haven't got much. I've just clicked over 300 kilometres on this little folding bike, which doesn't sound a lot if you ride a lot of Ks on a normal bike, but only do about 20 Ks a time. So, you know, this is a little bit of a milestone. Haven't got too much battery left, a few hills, but yeah, here we go. We're just gonna just have a little look around here. This is a much smoother trail than the Copper Tom one, with lots of rocks, etc. Can easily do this on almost any bike, to be honest. And I think for those who come down here mountain biking, it's there's a lot more technical trails. You can obviously go up into Thredbo and Perisher and really enjoy the trails in that regard, but I don't have any of that sort of equipment or the bike skills to do that type of riding, but you know, many people do, and it's a great place to be if you enjoy that type of riding and have those skills. But anyway, I'll probably sign off now and yeah, just give you a bit of a experience of what the trails are like around Lake Jindabyne, and it's well worth a visit. Wow, look how scenic this is. It's called Hatchery Bay. There's families here fishing. It's a beautiful spot. Hey, we should have come kayaking across here, but I could keep going, but it's getting late. I just wanted to show you this. Nice quiet spot. You can camp here. I'm not sure you're supposed to be camping, but someone is. But you certainly can do a bit of fishing and enjoy yourself. Thanks for joining us on our Snowy Mountains adventure trip. Look, we're just a couple who enjoy travelling when we can and getting out there in the great outdoors. We had a fantastic time in the Mount Kosciuszko National Park. We'll certainly be back. It's a beautiful part of Australia, and we'll stay tuned for more adventures as we travel this great country.